How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today's dive, we're going out with my friends Matt and Sky. We're gonna go out, do some real deep drops, hopefully get on some really nice reef structures and shoot some, ideally ukus, but there's also moves around, kamanu stuff, all kind of crazy stuff at these zones that we're gonna be going to. So hopefully we can get some action. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest, because we're gonna be doing some deeper drops than I usually do, and I haven't dove this deep in a while, so a little bit nervous, but I think I can handle it. And so we're gonna send it out, hopefully get on some fish, and yeah, it's gonna be action. Sorry I took another week or so break from making videos. It was just because I had some exams going on, had to study and stuff like that, so didn't really have time to make a video. But I am trying to get back on it for you guys, so just give me a little bit of time and I'll be back to my regular schedule as usual. And so yeah, but that's what today's video is gonna be. Hopefully we can get some fish. I'll see you guys in the water. Shoot. Alright, here we go, guys. Starting off the dive, this is Maddie's point of view, so this is Matt's camera. Going down here, and this entire day we were kind of making some deeper drops. I believe right here he's in 95 feet. And we were taking blind drops because we could see the bottom, but not in super great detail, so it's not like we could see what kind of fish were actually down there. But we could kind of make out the structure, and so we would take drops over what looked like good structure. And as you can see here, this nice size uku starts coming in for him. So he turns to face, starts scratching the bottom a little bit. There's actually two ukus, but one of them starts coming in a little bit closer than the other. So he lines up on that one, pulls the trigger and gets a nice shot right in the gills. And secures this beautiful size uku. Takes off running, but especially because Maddie had a slip tip on, this uku is not going anywhere. So Matt secures that nice uku to start off the dive, and I decided to make a drop a little bit. We were drifting a little bit, so a little bit down the way after Matt was done dispatching his uku. I decided to make a drop. Now this one, my watch recorded it at 92 feet. So I hit the bottom here, and I'm kind of on the edge of this little patch of sand where the rocks kind of meet this sandy bottom, which is generally where ukus tend to hang out. And so I start dusting and grunting, and sure enough, I see one uku, two uku, 3, 4, 5, 6 ukus 6 or 7 ukus come in, and so I started dusting, and I'm trying to figure out which one is the biggest one. And they were all kind of about the same size, but I lined up on one that I thought was a little bit bigger. And he gives me a shot here, and I get a nice, beautiful shot right in the butthole. You'll be able to see it a little more clearly once I get him up here, but not the ideal shot placement, but luckily he didn't rip off or anything, and I was able to secure fish number 2 for us, uku number 2. Making my way up here. But a nice pair of beautiful ukus to start off. Here's Matty coming down to make sure that I'm all good. So decent sized uku here, maybe like a 4 or 5 pounder, around there. Not a bad size at all, and also one of my deepest fish that I've ever shot in my entire life. At 91 or 92 feet, I think. One of my deepest even attempts to shoot a fish. Usually when I dive this deep, I don't see anything. So super cool to land, even though it wasn't, you know, the biggest uku or anything like that. It was still pretty cool for me to land something at that depth. Doesn't happen to me often by any means, so I was pretty stoked on this guy right here. So after those 2 ukus in the beginning, we weren't seeing too much else on that one spot. So we decided to move to another spot that had a little bit more structure. And once again, here's Matt going down. And this was a little bit deeper, probably closer to the 90, I want to say 98 to 105 foot range. And he's making a drop. Going down, doing his spins, trying to see kind of what's going on at the bottom. And as he's spinning, he spots this big Galapagos. You'll see it here in a second. Boom, right there, coming right at him. And it turns, comes at him again, and so that kind of turns Matt around and he starts going back up. After a couple drops out in that deep zone, we weren't seeing too much fish, so we moved in a little bit shallower, and Sky manages to stick a really nice size moo. Probably like a 5-6 pounder, maybe even a little bit bigger. Really good size one. So this guy was definitely the best fish of the day right here. Perfect eating size. And it came in, apparently from what Sky told us, it came in super close as soon as he hit the bottom, which is always nice when you don't have to pull off long drops for moose. Usually you pull off a long drop and they don't even come in anyway. And so really nice size moo landed by Sky here. So after Sky got that moo, we decided to make another move to a different spot. And this was our last spot of the day. It was getting kind of rough, so we decided to call it early, try one more spot, and then head back into shore. So once again, Matt's camera here, going down on this big kind of rock formation, coral head type of deal that's sitting in the middle of this big sandy patch. And we had made a couple of drops before this clip and seen some nice Weke Nonos or Weke Ulas and a school of yellow spots and omilus that was kind of swimming around, but they were being herky-jerky and skittish. But he hits the sand here, and almost immediately this school of Weke Nonos moves in on him, and so he lines up on one of them. He's kind of out of frame, but pulls the trigger, gets a nice shot. So a good sized Weke Nono here, maybe like a 2-pounder, maybe a little bit bigger. And that was, I believe, in about 90 feet, 90 something feet. So after Matt secures his Weke, I figured there were probably still some either Wekes or the yellow spots still hanging out on this coral head. And so I decided to make one more drop, and my watch recorded this one at 92. But I make my way down here, and I had done a couple drops landing on top of the coral head to see if I could bring in those yellow spots that were hanging out a little bit higher in the water column. But that wasn't working out, and the Weke Nonos were all hanging out in the sand. And so decided to hit the sand this time instead of landing on top of the coral head. And I started dusting here, and the school, or what was left of the school, starts moving in. Not nearly as tame as they were when Matt took his drop, because I mean obviously he shot at them, and so they're a little bit more wary right now. But they start making their way in anyway. And so I line up here, but I don't quite get the shot that I want. And so I kind of let them pass. And I figured that they were calm enough to where they would probably come back around one more time. So I throw up some more sand, and sure enough, they come back in, give me a better shot. So I line up, take my shot at one, and manage to put another Weke Nono in the boat.
That's all.
That's all. So really quickly before we wrap up this video, I just wanted to show a couple of the other drops that I did that didn't make the cut because I either didn't shoot anything or didn't see anything. And this drop right here, 104 feet, was actually my first drop of the day. And this is only my second or third time spearfishing where I actually went over 100 feet in my entire life. And so that was pretty cool. And I didn't even realize I was that deep. And like I said, first drop of the day, I wasn't expecting to be dropping that deep anyway. So that was the first drop of the day. This drop right here, 95 feet at 155. I think I was going for the ukus that we were seeing at the first zone. So that was another pretty deep one. And then this one, 92 for 214, was at the Weke Nono spot. I was trying to bring in those yellow spots and they just weren't cooperating. And then this last drop here at 97 feet for 213. That drop, I actually did shoot something. I dropped down to this deeper structure and had some moose coming in. But I had to wait for a little bit for them to come close. And then I thought I had one in range. So I lined up, took a lunge and shot him. And I hit him right in the gills because I saw the spurt of blood and I saw where the shot landed. But I guess either my spear didn't go all the way through or the flopper closed or something like that, because as I'm bringing him up, I just watched him fall off the spear and swim away. And so that was pretty heartbreaking. But that would have been actually my deepest fish ever. And that was actually my deepest trigger pull, my deepest attempted shot at a fish. And so that was also pretty cool. But this was definitely the more rewarding takeaway that I got from this dive over the fish that I shot. Like, yeah, I'm totally soaked on an uku and a nice Weke Nono, like definitely two really nice eating fish, but also to be able to train like this and dive like this is also good practice and rewarding as well. So that was super cool, a super cool experience. All right guys, we're back from the dive, back at home. Got this good size Weke Nono and then this good size uku, maybe like a 4-5 pounder, something like that. Good size ones though, so I'm gonna cut these up. And I'm thinking that since my grandma, she made a bunch of fish, or not fish, but food already for my dad's siblings and their kids and whatever, I'm going to fillet this uku and then just turn it into sash. Then I'm gonna give my grandma this Weke and she can cook it later on. But yeah, I'm gonna turn this thing into sash, cut it up, turn it into sash, and then yeah. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Pretty fun dive and really good. We didn't shoot a ton of fish. You know, I got that nice uku and that nice Weke Nono that I'm stoked on. But even though we didn't get a lot of fish, it was super fun practicing, you know, training deep drops like that. Like I said, I haven't dove that deep in a very long time. And also to do those deep drops consecutively, like over and over again for an entire dive, was pretty cool to do. It was pretty tiring, but also, you know, felt very rewarding at the end of it, even though I didn't get a ton of fish, like I said. But yeah, usually I don't dive that deep, and when I do, it's like 1 or 2 drops. I'll hit those depths and then just shoot it back in because, you know, get tired or whatever. But yeah, super fun dive, super action diving with Sky and Matt, and a huge shout out to Sky. It was his boat, and huge shout out to him for making it happen. But yeah, I'll leave all of Matt and Sky's Instagrams and YouTube stuff in the description below. They're both really good divers, so you guys should definitely check them out if you get the chance. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. See you in the next one. Shoot.